Alright, look, I understand the movie was hilarious, but when you're having a girl sit next to you that's laughing like, ah, 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 it ruins the whole experience. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I was the one that was dying, not the girl. Okay, so Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl follows the story of a high school senior named Greg, who's trying to finish his last year being on good terms with everyone. He tries not to fall in a certain group in high school, not going into any deeper relationships, not calling people his friends. He just wants people to know who he is. Until one day his mom forces him to hang out with a girl named Rachel since she has been diagnosed with leukemia. It's the right thing to do. And in the forced friendship that either of them want to be in, they find out how it can both change their lives. Now, this movie has been getting huge amounts of buzz. It won the Audience Award and the Grand Jury Prize at the Sundance Film Festival. It did the same thing that Whiplash did. And since it's a movie that deals with cancer and they're in high school, there will be tons of comparisons to The Fault in Our Stars. Like, that's normal. Imagine that movie, but 100 times better. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl is an all-around masterpiece. Starting off with the performances, you got Thomas Mann as Greg, who plays this socially awkward kid who has dry humor spewing from his mouth at all times. That's the thing with this character. Even though his words are taken to like extreme dry humor, there's something in him that we can all relate to, and he was awesome in this movie. But one performance that blew me away was Rachel, played by Olivia Cooke, the dying girl who gets diagnosed with leukemia. I remember when I saw the movie, I was like, oh my god, I recognize her from somewhere. I couldn't pinpoint where she was from. And after 10 minutes, I was like, oh yeah, that's right, she was in my most hated movie of 2014, that piece of shit Ouija. I was like, please be good in this movie, please, dear God. And thankfully she redeems herself in this movie. She captures someone who has cancer in a very believable way. Throughout the movie, she has mood swings. One moment she's happy to be alive, and the other times not so much. But the way she does it, it is not meant for you to feel sorry for her character. Which is an interesting turn to take for this type of movie, because let's face it, all cancer movies have to be like this cry fest slash love story. It's the truth. I sound like a dick saying that, but see the movie, you'll understand. Instead, both Mann and Cooke handled a forced friendship to, even though you are forced to hang out with someone, you may never know if they can change your life forever. And I walked out of this movie like, yeah, they had great chemistry. The supporting cast was awesome as well. Earl, played by R.J. Seiler, was the true comic relief in, once again, dry humor fashion. Even though some of the jokes that Greg says takes it to the next level, it may not roll with some, but Earl's was just the right timing. He's probably gonna be your favorite character in the movie. He tells Greg, to a girl that has cancer, hey, you gonna play with them titties? It's so fucked up, it's hilarious. But if you have all three of these actors on screen, you'll find how their chemistry will definitely give them more movies to work with. Great acting is hard to come across in a high school type movie, but the one aspect that was truly impressive was the cinematography. If you go into this movie not knowing who directed it, the first person that comes to mind when you see a scene play out is Wes Anderson. From the symmetrical shots to the quirky fun vibe this movie establishes, it very much feels like Wes Anderson gave the director some ideas on how he should capture each moment. This movie is not directed by Wes Anderson. It's actually directed by Alfonso Gomez Rejon. I think that's how you say his name, but he did a brilliant job with Me and Earl. I hope nobody walks out of this movie going like, oh, that's just a copy and paste from a Wes Anderson movie. It's actually not. This director brings a few new elements that are refreshing. A couple scenes occur in this movie where it has this one long continuous shot where the characters are just talking, they're having a conversation, and it's surprising how long those scenes last. And the thing about that is how real these characters feel through the simple yet clever dialogue. I couldn't think of a better way to handle this movie. And it's safe to assume that there will be comparisons to The Fault in Our Stars because a girl has cancer and yada yada yada, but I rest assure you that Me and Earl is 100 times better, like I said before. It actually isn't some huge cry fest where it forces you to feel sorry for the dying girl. You get so attached to her that you definitely will fall in love. And speaking of love, imagine The Fault in Our Stars, but take away the romance, add a better script, have better characters, have more quirkiness and fun with it. That's Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Because after seeing this movie, I have come to the conclusion that this is a modern day high school masterpiece. So in the end, I couldn't really find anything wrong with Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. The acting was great, the directing and the cinematography was great. It wasn't one of those things where it was style over substance. Also, this movie had a great sense of humor, which is always awesome, and it had a great script. All around, like I said before, this movie is a masterpiece. I'm even as far to say that this is the best high school movie I have seen as of this decade. Because Me and Earl and the Dying Girl is absolutely, positively legendary. So go ahead, play with them titties. Have you guys seen Me and Earl and the Dying Girl? What did you think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, leave a comment below. And as always, there's a link for my Twitter and my Facebook in the description as well. Keep in contact with me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But in the meantime, I have to get going to get rid of that annoying laughing bitch. So annoying, dude.